Hi everyone, it's me, Kae Pea, and I'm here in my studio, The Moon and the Maker, home of Art Foamies, creative foam stamps for makers. And I'm here today because I wanted to do a little demonstration about Stamp Buddies and Scrap Buddies. I had a lot of people asking me how to use their Stamp Buddies, what they're for, how to clean them, how to store them, and all sorts of questions. So I'm here to dispel the mystery. Now, Stamp Buddies were actually developed by the previous owner of Art Foamies. Her name was Emmy. And as many of you know, I purchased the company in January of 2020. So Emmy created Stamp Buddies, but we just continued the tradition because we love them so much. But I'm the one who actually sort of developed the Scrap Buddy. Okay, and I will explain the reason why and how I use Scrap Buddies and why I love them so much. What Stamp Buddies are, and Scrap Buddies too, because Scrap Buddies really are just a smaller version of a Stamp Buddy, okay? Stamp Buddies are a rigid piece of plastic covered in foam, and they are used to create your own palette of color using any type of medium that you want in order to ink up or paint up your foam or rubber stamp. So it's really a great tool. I love them also for applying adhesives and things like that. Now, Stamp Buddies can be used, again, with all sorts of inks, whether it's a dye ink or an acrylic ink or a high flow acrylic paint. You can use them with all sorts of watercolors and watercolor crayons, whatever you have on hand to load up your Stamp Buddy, okay? The thing about, and then what's great is that the sizes they come in a 3x4, a 4x5, and a 6x8. So it'll accommodate any size stamp that you have pretty much. Here you can see I have the 4x5, and this, I made myself a little rainbow pad using some beautiful bright Moon Glow dye inks. And voila, just fantastic. And when I'm done with this, I can actually put this in a plastic baggie and save it for later because, again, it is loaded up with dye ink. Now, if I used any type of acrylic paint or acrylic-based paint, then I would have to use up all of my acrylic and then rinse it out because your acrylic paint will become dry in here and then it will no longer be good to load up your stamps, okay? Which is one reason why I actually love the Scrap Buddies, okay? I don't have to use as much paint or ink when I load up my Scrap Buddies. And these actually give me a little bit more versatility to take the ink to the stamp. So even if I do have a larger stamp, I can load it up with my inks again or my paint. Okay, and I'm just for the sake of my demo, I'm just using a little bit of the dye ink re-inker, okay? And here, I don't even have to really load it all the way up. I can just get a little bit of ink on there and boom, boom, boom. The nice thing is, though, if I actually wanted to put another color and ink up other areas of the stamp, it gives me that control as well. So here you can see I have a stamp much larger than my Scrap Buddy, but applying the ink as a snap, and you can get really good coverage. If you feel you don't have enough coverage, you can, of course, go back in, load it up a little bit more, and retouch up your stamp. Again, I just like this for the ease and the sort of the speed in which I can do it. Now, one of the things about having the larger Stamp Buddies, if you are doing a project, say you're doing something and you're going to do a lot of repeat stamping, maybe you're creating a tablecloth or you're creating a number of projects at once, then maybe, yes, you do want to load up your larger Stamp Buddy and be able to go back to it again and again. But if you're just doing one piece of art or maybe a quick card, definitely the Scrap Buddy is the way to go. Again, they're washable and reusable, and you can store them in a plastic baggie when you're done. These Scrap Buddies are also fabulous for applying your glues or adhesives. Oftentimes I use it to spread on my soft gel mediums or my PVA glue. So thanks for watching. I hope that you have fun with your art foamies and your art foamies projects. Pull out your Stamp and your Scrap Buddies and get makey. Bye-bye, everyone.